the accidental gangster. I got my second double espresso, and it's only 10:24 a.m. I'm sure I'll have a couple more today. That was in addition to the 4 cups of coffee I had. Folks, I went out there this morning. I gave you a little post of it. It was 51 degrees. It's starting to warm up a little bit more. But today I want to talk to you about Punk Diddy again. Okay, I got affirmative action, affirmative information that Diddy is in 4 South. Now, of the East Building. The East Building is the old building, all right, which houses 120 or more inmates. It's I didn't like it there. I gotta be honest. I was around some good people there, but I didn't like it because I didn't like sleeping in a dorm with 120 people. And you had the toilets, the shower, and food, and everything there. So you did everything in one place. What I want to tell you today is, what's indictment? What is an indictment? All right? An indictment comes down after the U.S. attorney has been to the grand jury, and the grand jury votes on it. Now, it's good. I love my espresso. But anyways, once that happens, then it goes to the FBI. Now, when the FBI came and got me here in my place in Beverly Hills here, all right, they did not have an indictment. They don't carry the indictments with them. That's in the possession of the U.S. attorney. They had a piece of paper that said drug conspiracy. I laughed at them. I said, I'll be out by dinner time. So I thought. And the reason I thought that, number one, on my first indictment in Syracuse federal court, I was living in San Francisco, in Los Angeles. And I got a call from my attorney that I'd been indicted, and I had to be in federal court in Syracuse, New York, the following Wednesday. I got on a plane like a man. I flew back. I went in front of the magistrate. And somebody, what's the advice, Reggie? Put my phone sideways, right? I'll do that tomorrow. I got to remember to do that there. Okay? But anyway, so I got indicted on 11 counts of mail fraud in Syracuse federal court. And they gave me, I had bail bondsman there, I got bail, and I was allowed to go back and forth between California, and I made every single court appearance. Never missed one, never a minute late. And based upon that record, I felt I would get bail when I got arrested here in Los Angeles. And the FBI came up with this bullshit that there were outstanding warrants for me. So the judge denied my bail. So I said, well, then extradite me to New York, because the indictment was out of the Eastern District of New York. And the first place I was locked up was in MDC, Los Angeles. They process, they do the medical, they do all this here. All right, they give you your bedding, okay, your clothing, and they bring the guys to the unit. And I was there for a week at MDC. MDC Los Angeles is a lot better than MDC Brooklyn. And MDC Los Angeles, we actually had an area we can go outside, a patio. Now we were in cells. It was very clean compared to MDC Brooklyn. Totally different. Uh, but finally, I get the call early in the morning, 3:30, 4 a.m. Get ready, put me on a bus. Actually, I was the only one on the bus, and it was a good-looking marshal. It was a female. Drove me to Victorville, and from Victorville, they put you on Conair. And from Conair, you go up in the air, you land at different places. We went to Denver, we went to Arizona, a few other places, unloading and loading prisoners at different destinations. And then finally in Oklahoma, where I spent another week in Oklahoma. Following week, put me on a plane and fly me in to New York, where once again, in front of a magistrate, they had an attorney there ready for me. Of course, bail was denied because now the U.S. attorney gets up and says they want to apologize to the courts and to Mr. Spado because in Los Angeles they made a mistake. There were no warrants for Mr. Spado. You see, in New York, they knew I would have gotten bail here in Los Angeles. So they made that bullshit up. This is how crooked these people are. You have no how crooked the FBI and U.S. Attorney are. They're bigger crooks than we are. But, so I got denied bail for the first time, and I was locked up, and I was put in 4 North. So I was in the East building initially, and I didn't like it there. Because you're sleeping with 120 other guys. There's a lot of noise. It's crazy. You know, you take a shower, you're taking a shower, you're eating, you're going to the bathroom, all in this one giant room. So it's not a good place. Now the worst thing that I guess I was groomed by Sonny Franchise and Jimmy Cacci because between the two of them, they spent so much time in prison. So they told me all the story. So I was well in tune to what it'd be like going to prison. And I knew you don't want to make enemies with the inmates or with the guards. Diddy is acting like a little girl there. And he's going to be a little girl to somebody when they finally, after he gets convicted and they send him to a real prison. I don't know what level they'll put him in, but they'll probably put him in a USP, I'm thinking, because of what the charges are with trafficking children. So if those charges stick and he gets found guilty on those, he's going to be in USP, and he's going to become somebody's little girl. I guess he probably will enjoy it from what we hear. Who knows? But that's how the indictments work. And it took me several months before I was able to get transferred from there, from the East building to the West building where you're put in cells. And so I liked being in a cell with one other inmate. It was cool, much better, because you get a little bit of peace that way. But prisons are very, very noisy, 24 hours a day. Just the way it is. So Diddy could complain all he wants. But every time he complains, which is, from what I've been told, is several times a day, about every little thing he's complaining about and making a diary. and taking the guards' numbers, their full names, everything. The guards hate this guy. They wish he wasn't there. But he is, and he'll be there for a while. And so I don't know if they changed the East Building and made it some of it special housing, because the special housing was really in the other building up on the 8th floor, I think it was, where they had the special house, 8th and 9th floor. But I wanted to share that with you and bring you up to date on that there of B. Diddy. But at this point, who gives a shit about Diddy? Honestly. I think I gotta stop talking about this guy. But I can't, because I'm going to have probably the best person that anybody's interviewed. No, nobody's interviewed this guy yet. But I will be. And this was the guy that was Diddy's assistant. So that's going to be coming up in the future. And that's about it, folks. Otherwise, anybody got any questions? I want to thank you for coming here. RK, how are you? Where are you from, RK? You want to give me $10 million? Reggie Parkinson. Okay, I'll take it. I don't turn down money, folks. Hello, Jugnal. Thank you. Calling me handsome. Boy, what else am I going to talk about? You know, I'm looking outside here, and there's not a breeze in the air. A lot of gray skies again. The smoke from the Pasadena, Elton area, okay, where there's fires still raging, but they got that. They're getting them pretty much under control. They're expecting high winds today. I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, all right, that's going to create a little more havoc with the Palisades and Malibu fire, and there's a fire in Ventura County now. It's spreading, and the way they're spreading, it's something fishy about it, folks. I don't think that it's from these ambers that are flying with the wind. Because the way these fires are going, somebody's starting them. Okay, Reggie, give me the advice, buddy. You there? All right, folks, that's about it for today. I'll be back with you tomorrow. Have a great day. All my love and respect as usual.